Welcome to Earth's Mightiest Weirdos. How are we doing tonight, everybody? Alex, we couldn't see you until like 3 seconds before the...
I made it. I booted up my phone. I got it all ready to go, and the camera popped up right at the end of your little intro there. So it's all working out. We're surfing the sacred timeline tonight.
Justin drops the first comment of the night, says, "This is going to be interesting." Justin, you don't know how true that statement was. Trying to get camera issues figured out before we even went live, Bill O'Reilly style. So, all right, everybody. Our nameplates are not exactly matched up. I think it's going to be okay. I'm just going to leave it for the night. Sarah, from the Nerd Emporium, how are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing well. I'm ready to talk nerd stuff.
We've got a lot to talk about, and we will get into that here in just a minute. Maya, how are you?
I'm doing great. Excited to talk about things other than Will Smith and Chris Rock. So
we will leave that one behind, and we will discuss that at a different time. If there was only going to be an all-female podcast, that might actually be able to be discussed on. Anthony, how are you today?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
Doing well. So first and foremost, thank you so much for joining us here on This Diz Life Network. This is the final episode of Earth's Mightiest Weirdos that will be live streamed as part of This Diz Life. Why, do you ask? Earth's Mightiest Weirdos is over? No, absolutely not. Earth's Mightiest Weirdos is not over. We are starting a new YouTube network with a conglomeration, is that the right word, of podcasts that will be part of that network. So let's discuss who those are going to be. You can see our Nerd Life Network logo in the top right corner of your screen as well. We have the Nerd Life Network coming together. So first, we have Nerdy Girls After Dark, which features Kara, Jalen, and the two ladies up in the corner, Sarah and Maya. Maya, what is Nerdy Girls After Dark?
well, I think it sounds very self-explanatory, but a group of nerdy girls exploring all things female experience, tips, tricks, things that we like to talk about from our own conversations. A lot of engaging conversations around different topics. So I know that's very generic, but you're just gonna have to watch to figure out what the heck we're going to talk about. So,
Sarah, anything else that Maya missed about that before we move on to the Nerd Emporium in general?
No, I mean, I think she covered it. There's, no matter what your fandom is, I think there's going to be something for you there on that podcast. So come hang out with us Thursdays.
The Nerd Emporium and the Nerd Life Network present Nerdy Girls After Dark. What is the Nerd Emporium, Sarah?
The Nerd Emporium is where you can go to find all of your nerdy comics and cinema memorabilia. Speaking of comics and cinema.
Great segue.
Alex, comics and cinema.
Oh my gosh. So honored to see that logo up there, Bryan. I know you put a ton of work into that. Thank you so much. So excited to be a part of the Nerd Life Network. Actually just dropped a Oscars episode today, just a few hours ago, breaking down what Will Smith talked about. Along with all of the winners and losers, and also announcing this big thing. So super excited to be part of the family, to be official, and to talk all things comics and cinema.
Anthony, another part of the family that you will be fairly present on. It is Ryan's show, but you, myself, our friend Jim Scroggs will be a part of this one very regularly. We have Agents of Field.
Yeah, Agents of Field. It's going to be just talking about the wide world of sports. Touching on everything. The first episode was last week. We went over, the baseball season's back. We went over the trade deadline in the NHL. We went over trades and free agency in football, and just touched on a little bit of everything in the sports world. So. Go ahead and follow Agents of Field on Instagram at Agents of Field Podcast, and then Twitter Podcast AOF, and shows to be dropping on Thursdays. And it hopefully is going to be a lot of fun. It's different topics than what you guys are used to talking to here. So there's a big world of sports out there that we're going to be touching on.
The first episode is out now, sponsored by sheeptire.com. We also have the Nerd Life Network schedule. On Sundays, we have Babu's Frickin' Podcast. If you are part of This Is Life Network, you already know Babu's Frickin' Podcast. Mark Valentine, Mike Ruby, and myself will be talking Star Wars. That is our Sunday schedule. It doesn't mean every single Sunday, but it will be very regular on Sundays with Babu's Frickin' Podcast, talking Star Wars. Obi-Wan Kenobi comes out in less than 2 months. Monday night, 8:30, staying right where we live right now, Earth's Mightiest Weirdos, talking MCU. Tonight, we are stepping out of the MCU just a little bit. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Tuesdays, Alex, Comics and Cinema. Alex, these will be in addition to your regular podcast episodes, or are you going to do some podcast episodes live?
Correct. Yeah. So basically, if you look at my resume, so to speak, most of those episodes that are under an hour, that would be what I would be doing on the live streams. And then the longer episodes that are, 3 to 4 hours, those will still be in podcast format. But the goal will be all of them you'll still be able to get through a podcast feed anyway. The shorter ones will just be live streamed.
Welcome
Alex,
to the internet.
We have I am expecting a new #1 seed to hit theaters this weekend of bad comic book movies in Morbius. How long can we expect the Morbius review episode to be?
Well, I got to tell you this. It's pretty lucky. My cousin, basically my brother, getting married in the end of April, and his bachelor party is this weekend. So I don't have to go see that movie this week, which I'm pretty happy about. So I'll probably check it out. I'm curious. That could just be what the first live stream episode is about, because who knows? It could be bad enough that I don't even want to give it its own episode. So
You know what, Alex? I'll tell you what. I'm seeing it on Friday, so I'll go ahead and take care of it for you.
There you go. Appreciate it.
On Wednesdays, if Agents of Field does go live, they will go live on Wednesday nights, and Nerdy Girls After Dark later in the evening time on Thursday evenings. Jalen, Sarah, Kara, and Maya, and whoever else they have on. It's going to be an absolute blast over at the Nerd Emporium Network, launching on April 1st. Thank you so much, everybody. Guys, before we get into our bracket, it is a big, big week in the MCU. The hype train is real. Maya, how stoked are you for Moon Knight? What are your expectations for Moon Knight?
I'm very stoked. The great thing about it is I don't have that many expectations, since it's like a net new character, which is kind of refreshing, not to have like any hints or post-credit scenes really pointing to him. So I'm just excited. I love Oscar Isaacs, and I just know it's going to be really great. So,
Sarah, how about you?
I'm stoked. We just read a couple of Moon Knight runs for our comic book club this past weekend, and it got me jazzed for it all over again. I'm super pumped.
I have Loki level expectations for this show, and that might not be fair, but to Maya's point, I love Oscar Isaac. I don't think it's going to touch WandaVision for me personally, but I have Loki level expectations for Moon Knight. I'm very, very excited about it. Anthony, how about you?
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that it came out this Wednesday until you just said something. I think it's been one of those shows that, in the back of my mind, it's still 4 or 6 weeks away. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it should be a lot of fun. So
yeah, it is Wednesday. We lost Alex. He really doesn't want to tell us about his excitement for Moon Knight. So we will get Alex back in here in just a minute. Jalen's one of our Nerdy Girls After Dark, says she's very excited for Moon Knight. Alex, are you excited for Moon Knight?
Super excited. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
I got kicked again for some reason. I have no idea. Yeah, I honestly, I was the same as Anthony. I forgot it was coming out this week, and I'm so excited for it. So that's nice, because I only have to wait 2 more days as opposed to much longer. But hey, I love the moon. I love Egypt. I love Oscar Isaac. So there's a lot of really great things that are coming.
All right. Well, we will get into our bracket this evening. Again, we are stepping out of the MCU. We are talking the worst comic book movies of all time, in our personal opinion. Now, the #1 overall seed, Wonder Woman 84. Is it the worst comic book movie of all time? Maybe. But we are factoring in expectations. What did you expect from this movie? How was it marketed? When did it come out? All kinds of things. You can do that. If you want to vote for your guilty pleasure, like, the more guilty you feel about this being a pleasure, the more it deserves to move on, I think would count. But we are going for the worst comic book movie of all time. So it is a lot harder to vote for the thing that you normally wouldn't, because we're usually voting for the best. Now we are voting for the worst. Holly is here. She says Wonder Woman 84 was horrible. She is on my side. Justin said we got to get that out of here. We had some spam in the comments. We got that taken care of. Is that Anthony's other side hustle? All right. Well, we will begin our bracket. So we have 5 on tonight. Our Nerd Life Network takeover of our final episode here on This Is Life. I've been trying to figure out how to work the comments. It's hard for the comments to keep up with every single vote. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to my vote does not count whatsoever. The comments are going to be the tiebreaker, and then the 4 of you are our votes. So we will get going there. Jared Welch says Wonder Woman 84 has a good soundtrack. That may be fair. The first 10 minutes are good. The rest of it is awful. All right. We are going to get started with the bracket right now. Worst comic book movies of all time. We are not such MCU shills that it is not represented. We will get to one MCU film. We just couldn't put a second one on there. The number 1 seed of Wonder Woman 1984 versus the 16 seed of Blade Trinity. Sarah, we'll start with you. What is the comic book movie?
Just factoring in expectations, Wonder Woman 84.
The expectations were sky high because DC you didn't know, but then Wonder Woman 1 was good. The first 2/3 were
I
great.
loved it.
I didn't love the end of the first one, but the first 2/3 of the first one really good. Wonder Woman 84 was coming out HBO Max Christmas Day. It was supposed to be everything. We have 1 vote for Wonder Woman 84. Alex.
It's hard for me to describe which movie I think is like my favorite. If we're voting on which one's worse.
If you are listening to the audio only podcast, Alex leaned back in his chair to reveal a Wonder Woman 84 t-shirt.
Where's the poster,
if you catch me on enough live streams, you'll see I've got a Wonder Woman 84 popcorn tin. I've got a poster on the wall. The promo art for that movie is amazing. Gal Gadot is fire. That movie is not good, but it is not as bad as Blade Trinity, so I'm picking Blade Trinity.
What?
The invisible jet scene, it was Christmas night. I turned off the movie at the invisible jet scene, went and laid in bed, and I was furious. So I got out of bed had to finish the movie just so I wouldn't ever have to watch it again.
That's fair. But Gal Gadot is not in Blade Trinity, and that's a big miss. So
Jessica Biel is in Blade Trinity.
Yeah, Jessica Biel. Okay, Anthony, Wonder Woman 84, Blade Trinity. Which one's worse?
Wonder Woman 84. I didn't even have to think about it.
Maya.
Yeah, Wonder Woman for sure.
Wow.
Wonder Woman moves on. We do not have to send that one to the comics. The number 8 seed, Halle Berry's Catwoman, versus the number 9 seed of what should have been so much better of X-Men 3, The Last Stand. Sarah.
I love Halle Berry, but Catwoman just wasn't great for me.
Jalen says, thank you, Alex. I believe it was the day after Christmas when Jalen, I believe the exact quote was Wonder Woman 84 was straight fire emoji. So I think Jalen has walked that one back a little bit. If you need any more hot takes, then tune into Nerdy Girls After Dark. For you guys, a programming note live on the air. I will go in the same order every time so you guys know when you're coming up. Alex.
Yes, Catwoman is not as good of a film as X-Men 3. So I'm picking Catwoman.
Sarah, your vote was for Catwoman as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony?
They're both just awful. Just hot dumpster fires, but Catwoman is worse.
Yes, it is. Maya?
Yeah, Catwoman. I actually enjoyed The Last Stand. Maybe because I was young and I wasn't really nitpicky like I am now. I rewatched that movie all the time. But yeah, I got to go with Catwoman. Horrible.
X-Men 1 is really good. X2 is fantastic.
Favorite.
When you watch those 3 in a row, The Last Stand is just an absolute dumpster fire.
The opening scene of X2, still one of the best opening
Yeah.
scenes.
Oh,
Yes.
get it. Yeah.
And we will do a bracket of best non-MCU Marvel film or best non-MCU comic book films as well. The number 5 seed of Suicide Squad, the one from 2016, the David Ayer one. Speaking of Will Smith, the David Ayer Suicide Squad versus the MCU's Thor: The Dark World. When we talk expectations, that may be where this one comes in. Sarah, Suicide Squad, Thor: The Dark World. Which one's worse?
I just rewatched The Dark World not that long ago, and it wasn't as bad as I remember.
That's because
It was
Avengers
still
Endgame
bad,
was-
but Suicide Squad also wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm going to do Suicide Squad.
Alex.
It's Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Anthony is, I would assume, to be the lone defender of Suicide Squad. Where are you going to go here?
Thor: The Dark World. I recognize that Suicide Squad is not a good movie. It is not perfect by any means, but I enjoy it. I think I'm the only person out there that actually enjoys Jared Leto's Joker, but I love anything that Jared Leto does. Will Smith, Margot Robbie, they knock those characters out of the park. But yeah, I know. As soon as you get to Enchantress and she looks like those inflatable car salesmen on the side of the highway, as soon as I get to that, it kills it for me.
The wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing.
Yeah. Anytime I see Enchantress, I'm like, all right, there's that the wacky, wavy arm lady.
I hate Suicide Squad. I despise that movie with a passion. Maya, are you going Suicide Squad or are you going Dark World?
This is tough. I had Dark World on here.
That has to be expectation, I would assume.
It's 100% because of expectations. But the Suicide Squad, I have very high expectations for it. I thought that was probably one of the dopest trailers when it came out. I would constantly rewatch it. So I feel like Suicide was more of like a letdown. Okay, I'm just gonna go Dark World.
Yes.
All right, that ties it up, which means we are going to the comments. What movie do you believe is worse? Suicide Squad from 2016 or the number 12 seed of Thor: The Dark World? Which movie is worse? Please let us know in the comments to confirm. We are not talking James Gunn's The Suicide Squad from last year because that movie is amazing. All right. While we wait for the comments to come in, Suicide Squad is off to an early lead. Suicide Squad or Dark World, which is worse? We will go to Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. It is so bad. Versus the Fantastic Four, The Rise of the Silver Surfer. We're actually going to switch it up here a little bit because we have a fan of The Rise of the Silver Surfer in our midst. Maya, what is it about The Rise of the Silver Surfer that you like?
What is it, Maya?
There's a lot of things. And the crazy thing is I never saw that movie until last year. So I watched it for the first time, like with fresh eyes. And I think it was entertaining. Like, I can't put my finger on it. But
You'd like to.
Silver Surfer is awesome.
yeah, I think the concept of Silver Surfer and like you said, Bryan Galactus was horrible. But like it kind of gave like that scroll type of, a misunderstood person, kind of pulling back the layers there. So that's why I like it.
From the previous round, the Suicide Squad is advancing as the worst film. Jared Welch is ready to fight me, saying Superman 4 is not bad. Matt is saying delete. I think he must like Superman 4 as well, or he really doesn't like the Silver Surfer. Let us know, Matt. Superman 4 does not deserve to be up here. Superman 4, especially when compared to 1 and 2, 3 is not good either. But when you compare to 1 and 2, Superman 4 is awful. Maya, what's your official vote? Superman 4 or Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer? Which one?
Superman 4.
Anthony.
So I have not seen Superman 4, but I have seen Rise of the Silver Surfer. So I'll go ahead and say Superman 4, but hopefully that doesn't cause a tie because
we'll just remove your vote. If you guys haven't seen it, feel free to let us know you haven't seen it, and we just won't.
I haven't seen it, but I knew I probably would like it or like it less.
That's fair. Alex.
I'm kind of shocked, Bryan, that I wasn't consulted either on my love for Rise of the Silver Surfer because I saw that movie in theaters. I bought the special edition DVD that came with a bonus disc. I love Silver Surfer and Galactus. They're some of my favorite characters. So yeah, I was super disappointed when he ended up being a cloud, but the rest of the movie was super enjoyable. So I have not seen any of the Superman movies. But I
Oh,
believe
me neither.
Superman 4 is not as good as Fantastic Four. So I'm going Superman.
Wow, that amazes me.
Alex, we are
I-
truly variants.
The older superhero movies, like the Supermans, the old I feel like I saw the first Batman movie, but I barely remember it. It had to have been when I was a kid. At this point, I don't even want to go back because like the new movies are so much better than the old ones anyway.
I almost called him Matt Reeves. Christopher Reeves is Batman, or see there, I did it again. Christopher Reeves' Superman is good. David Rosen said there's a special place in his heart for Superman 4. Superman 4, I'm sorry, Jared, it's so bad. Sarah, what are you casting your vote for?
God, they were both so bad, but
I think we have to move on to Jared's happiness. I think we're gonna have to move Fantastic Four on just so we can debate it in the next round because
okay. All right, let's do it.
Because not enough people have seen Superman 4.
To Alex's point, I have a little Silver Surfer that I have on the dashboard of my car that I've had for the last 12 years.
Nice.
Jared, congratulations. Superman 4 is officially off the board. It is off the hook of being the worst comic book movie of all time. Congratulations. All right. The number 6, very underseated in my opinion, Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice. Going up against I guess its sequel, the theatrical version, Joss Whedon version of the Justice League. Sarah.
Oh man. God, they're both so bad. Because of expectations, Justice League.
Do you think there were expectations for Justice League when it came out, or just
did.
throughout the? Okay,
I did. Yeah, I really wanted it to be good because I was really wanting the same for DC that Marvel was giving us because I love DC was my first comic love, so it was really disappointing.
but if we're gonna play the expectation game, like BVS came out a month after
So
Civil
much.
War,
Yeah.
So much
it was
hype
right
behind
around
BBS.
Civil War. Alex, where are you going here? BVS or Justice League?
I think I'm gonna have to go Justice League because I know when I saw BVS in theaters, I didn't think it was a bad movie. I think I gave it a 7, but there was a lot about it that I didn't like. But then they made that ultimate cut, and that ultimate cut was phenomenal. And so, there was not that much of a stipulation in that of which one we're talking about. But when you say theatrical of Justice League, I did not. I like that way less than BVS because of that expectation piece. They made a lot of promises. The movie wasn't under 2 hours, and BVS was like 2.5 hours. So how do you make a superhero movie in under 2 hours? That's your team up movie. There's a lot of issues that I had with the original Justice League.
Did you say that the extended version of BVS is phenomenal? Why do you keep using that word? I don't think it means
because it's so good. It's awesome. I love it.
If you don't know, I really hate Zack Snyder. Like,
I love Zack Snyder. So
and after what happened on the freaking Academy Awards last night, and the Zack Snyder people on Twitter being rewarded for their whatever, like I'm very, very annoyed with Zack Snyder. Alex just voted. We got 2 for Justice League. Anthony, where are you going here?
I despise Batman vs Superman.
Thank
I've tried to watch it so many times. Alex, you are right. The extended edition is better, but it's still just painful to watch. I mean, that movie had, in my opinion, so much potential. Yes, it gave us the introduction of Wonder Woman, but it wasn't enough. I gotta go BVS.
Maya.
I'm surprised at how much me and Anthony are agreeing. I have to go BVS as well. That movie was so painful to watch, and it felt like it dragged. I felt like it was a 4-hour-long movie. And it was just too long, too dark, too many clouds. It was giving Godzilla. Like, I don't know. Something about it was like dark, rainy, scary, weird vibes, huh? I didn't anything about Godzilla, Alex here. Yeah. So
we are officially in the comments. It is 2-2. Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice versus the 11 seed of the theatrical version of Justice League. Which movie do you think is best? Let us know in the comments. While those come in, we will move on to the next debate. The 3 seed of Fant 4 Stick, Josh Trank's Fantastic Four from 2015 versus Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Now, I will say, as we were building this bracket, Anthony and I, we tried to only give each property one film. Venom is an exception. Venom got both films onto this bracket. So the 14 seed of Venom, Let There Be Carnage versus the 3 seed of Josh Trank's Fantastic Four from 2015. Sarah.
Fantastic Four.
Alex.
Yeah, the only thing good that came out of that movie is Tim Heidecker's very tiny role as one of the people's fathers. He's one of my favorites. But yeah, Venom is a really good movie compared to that Fantastic Four movie.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah, either Venom. I don't care.
Okay, sounds
All
good.
movies.
Fan Four Stick.
And Maya.
I went with Fan Four Stick too.
All right, that moves on. I thought you were going to say, Alex, the only good thing to come out of Venom, Let There Be Carnage was yours, mine, and Anthony's review on Comics and Cinema.
For real, that honestly was better than the movie.
20 minutes after the movie was over.
I am so disappointed that Batman versus Superman is being eliminated in the first round of worst comic book movies ever.
I bet that's very
Because
So,
I
Justice League's moving forward.
Justice League is moving on as the worst film.
Justice has been served.
I was the exact opposite of Sarah. When I went to see Justice League, I expected complete dog crap, and it was just one complete dog crap instead of two.
That's fair.
The number 7 seed of X-Men Origins Wolverine versus the number 10 seed of the 2003 Hulk.
Oof.
It's not great. Sarah.
Hulk.
It's so not good.
It's
Alex.
terrible.
Yeah, story is very similar from Fantastic Four with X-Men Origins. I love that movie. I saw it in theaters. I got the special edition DVD. The opening scene of it's called Logan Through Time. The soundtrack piece of him going through time in Civil War is just amazing. So yeah, it's a million times better than Hulk. Hulk's going.
X-Men Origins is awful. It's so bad, but
It's not great, but it's a good movie. Like, it's fun to watch. It's a good late night movie.
See, this is the difference. I guess this is me being the father of 4 is I don't get a lot of time to just blow. I mean, I watch plenty of Spidey and His Amazing Friends and a bunch of stupid stuff. But when I'm trying to go to sleep, like I'm rewatching The Mandalorian. I'm not watching X-Men Origins Wolverine. Anthony.
Hulk.
And Maya.
Hulk.
I think friend of the program, Kevin, is going to be disappointed that X-Men Origins Wolverine has already been eliminated. All right. Well,
allow me to break the ice.
The number 2 Batman and Robin with Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
Tonight's forecast, a freeze is coming.
Versus the 15 seed of, I didn't even know it was a comic book, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with Sean Connery. Alex, have you read The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
A long time ago, yes. That's a really good Alan Moore one. I watched the movie before reading the comic, though. That was another childhood favorite of mine, and watched it every Halloween on the projector out back. Love that movie, so you already know what I'm voting for.
So there's one vote for Batman and Robin. Sarah.
This one is, oh man, Batman and Robin is such a guilty pleasure of mine. I do.
But how, again, going back to what I did, how guilty do you feel?
Not very guilty. So I mean, well, guilty.
For the record, I have enough sound clips of Mr. Freeze to get all the way to the championship game.
I'm going to do Batman and Robin then.
Yeah, guilt trip.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Batman and Robin.
I don't hate The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, honestly. Like, there's some redeeming qualities to that film, but it's not great. Maya.
I'm going with Batman and Robin.
All right.
Sweet, yes.
It was Sean Connery's last movie before he was
okay.
Extraordinary Gentleman.
What?
Yeah. That
That was his last acting movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he had like small credits in between that and his death, didn't he?
It's fitting then that he was.
Well, he's not
playing
dead. He just retired.
Well, Sean Connery's dead now.
From life.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry to break that
2020.
news to you.
His best
All right,
role was.
we will move to the other side of the bracket. Jared says it's the nipple suits. He is absolutely correct. The bat nipple suits. Joel Schumacher's Batman movies are so bad, but they're nostalgic. probably watched them more as a kid. That's like Anthony's with me. I know. I don't know if anybody else is with me. I like Batman Forever.
Yep.
Me too.
I love Batman Forever.
Is that the Val Kilmer one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Two-Face and the
Great
Riddler.
Chris
Jim
O'Donnell.
love
Carrey is the
Two-Face.
Riddler, and Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face.
So good.
I like I don't love Batman Forever, but it is a guilty pleasure. Absolutely.
If I have to pick one of the old Batman movies to watch, it's that one. I will watch that over 89.
What about
I love
66?
Burton. Both Burton's Batmans. Love.
Ugh.
Batman
I
Returns.
do.
I am out there that Batman Returns is awful. I
Garbage.
really do not
I
like
love it.
Returns.
Danny DeVito's Penguin is just downright just cringeworthy.
The black oozing out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, really? He's just living in the sewers with a whole bunch of loose
And
penguins?
the duck.
That happened to a buddy of mine.
I had to explain the rubber duck boat when the Batman
Why is losing it?
still don't understand why the Batman isn't on here, says Jared Welch. Ooh.
Get out.
Batman?
Get out.
The
We can put it on
Batman.
here if you want. We'll just kick it out on the first
Yeah.
round.
Yeah. Fine, Jared. We'll put it back in the place of Superman 4, and it is now eliminated anyway. We're going to jump to the other side of the bracket. The number 1 seed of The New Mutants, the film that was supposed to save cinema in the middle of a pandemic that I went to a drive-through to watch, versus my personal vendetta against Mr. Zack Snyder and The Watchmen from 2009, because there is one song that can have multiple versions, and that song is Hallelujah, except he chose the worst possible version of that song to be a part of this film and then put it in the Justice League trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League. I hate that song. That is why this film is included on this bracket, and I don't like Zack Snyder. Have I mentioned that?
I don't think so.
Sarah, The
Thank
New
goodness
Mutants
your vote's
or
done.
Watchmen? Which one is worse?
I did not see New Mutants. I didn't see New Mutants yet, but I like The Watchmen. I'm sorry.
I mean,
But-
like I said,
It's the
Alex
best
is
movie
very
on this
upset.
bracket.
Yes,
You're not gonna like
Watchmen is a 16 seed for a reason. It is the best movie on the bracket. Alex is
Yeah.
going to kill me for having included it in the first place.
Sorry. Yeah,
It
I got
should have been The
to.
Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that was Brian's fault, Alex. It wasn't mine.
It should have been The Incredible Hulk, but like I said, I hate that version of that song, and I don't like that guy. Alex,
As the crow flies, Watchmen is currently sitting as my number 3 movie of all time. I went and saw that opening night in theaters. I've bought in like 8 versions of that movie. I also totally agree with you about the Hallelujah bit. That was very awkward, both watching it alone and watching it with my dad. So I am going to go with New Mutants. I did see that in theaters, and I liked that movie, but it also wasn't that good. There's some good spots in it, but Watchmen is incredible. Like, especially if you can watch the Ultimate cut that has the Black Freighter in it as well.
wait. You're telling me Zack Snyder has a different cut of his version of his movie? That's amazing. I've
He's
never
got
heard of that
3
before.
cuts. I'm voting New Mutants.
I am so tired of that guy.
So I can't remember. I'm assuming they play Hallelujah when it's Silk Spectre and Night Owl.
Yes.
Yeah,
They play it.
they're doing something in the ship.
Yeah, okay. Well, as soon as you said awkward watching with your dad, I was like, oh, I wonder if it's when they do their best version of the car in Titanic.
I don't think I would be mad if it wasn't reused for that Justice League trailer. I think that version of that song is horrible, but I would have forgotten about it until that got put back in
Well,
my
the
life.
problem was the version that's in Shrek was so good, and I kind of
Yes.
expected that to be the carryover in here, and I would have been fine with that. It kind of made me think about Shrek while I'm watching that scene in the movie, but I would have enjoyed it better than Cohen's version.
Alex, you said Watchmen is number 3 on your list of all-time favorite movies. What are 1 and 2?
1 is Tree of Life, 2 is Avengers Endgame, but those are they're all fluid. They always change, but I'd say Watchmen is comfortably going to be in my top 10.
Those are such 3 different movies.
Yeah,
I thought it was going
Tree
to
of
be
Life
a
is my number one.
movie.
Gotta have variety.
Maya, Alex, you didn't vote, or Anthony, you didn't vote. New Mutants or
New
Watchmen?
Mutants.
Yeah.
New Mutants
Maya?
was the absolute
New
dumpster.
Mutants.
New Mutants was, it was. I remember it. It came out the week Chadwick Boseman passed away, because the double feature at my drive-in was New Mutants and then Black Panther,
Wow.
and that movie was so bad. And I took my kid to it, which was a bad idea.
So bad.
Oh yeah, by the way, no World According to Jax tonight. I apologize. The number 8 seed of X-Men Apocalypse, the one bad blemish on Oscar Isaac's resume, versus the number 9 seed of the Dancing Venom Spider-Man and all Spider-Man 3. Sarah, Spider-Man 3, X-Men Apocalypse.
I didn't finish Apocalypse because it was so bad. And I liked Spider-Man 3.
Really?
Yeah, I
I
did.
can't do it.
Well, it has an emotional spot in my heart. I saw it with a bunch of friends on opening night, just experience. Apocalypse.
When we talk expectation, man, Spider-Man 3 should have been so much better. Alex.
This was probably one of the hardest ones of all of them. I feel about the same for both of them. Spider-Man 3 has grown in my eyes over the years. Apocalypse really hasn't, but Apocalypse is one of my favorite villains too. And there was a lot in that movie that was super cool that they got right. There's also a lot that they messed up on, and so I think I'm probably going to go Apocalypse.
In Apocalypse, we do get Stan Lee's cameo with his wife Joan. This is the only time Joan has been on screen.
Yeah.
That is my favorite Stan Lee cameo, and it's in a very bad film. Anthony.
I might be the only one picking it, but I have to go Spider-Man 3.
Maya.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Yeah, Apocalypse is so bad. I'm going with Apocalypse.
Apocalypse moves on. Anthony, if I had a vote, I would be voting for Spider-Man 3 as well.
I watched it right before we did the Spider-Man episode with you, Alex, and I was just laboring through it.
Because when Apocalypse came out, like I had already been burned enough by the X-Men films that I really didn't have that much expectation for it. Like I had a lot of expectations for Spider-Man 3.
That's a really fair.
Speaking of X-Men films with really poor performances, Dark Phoenix versus the number 12 seed Venom 1. I really hate that scene. Sorry, there's a fly in my face that I can't get rid of. I really hate that scene when Tom Hardy climbs into that aquarium of lobsters. Yeah. And I know it was like improvised, whatever. I really dislike that scene. But at least that movie has a lot better pacing than Venom 2 does. Venom 2 just never stops. And it's like 88 minutes long. But I really don't like Venom 1. But again, I went into it thinking it was going to be completely awful, and it was just awful. But Dark Phoenix is a whole different animal. Sarah, Dark Phoenix or Venom, which one's worse?
Because I was expecting just a dumpster fire going into Venom, and then I was pleasantly surprised. Dark Phoenix, I love Sophie Turner. And Jessica Chastain. Congrats on your Oscar, Jessica. I know she's watching, so I gotta go Dark Phoenix. It just wasn't good.
Dark Phoenix showed a funeral from the film in the trailer. Like,
yeah.
Alex, Dark Phoenix, Venom.
Yeah, this was also kind of a difficult one for me too. I didn't appreciate you putting 2 X-Men movies in a row. I did see Dark Phoenix in theaters alone. The entire theater was completely empty, and that was opening night, which was pretty crazy. But hey, like Sarah said, Oscar winner Jessica Chastain is in it. There's actually some really cool scenes in that movie. I think there's 3, which is more than I can say for Venom. I knew Dark Phoenix was going to be bad going into it, whereas Venom, I was praying that it was going to be good, and it wasn't, and I knew it probably wasn't, so I'm going Venom.
Matt says Dark Phoenix is so bad. I hope we never get another Dark Phoenix storyline in an upcoming project. I disagree because I like the Dark Phoenix storyline, and I want to see it told properly.
We need build up for it. You can't just give us Dark Phoenix. Like we need 2 movies where she is Phoenix, and then a movie where she kills everyone, and then a Dark Phoenix movie.
If only there was an established comic book movie franchise that really knows how to tell a story. Anthony.
Considering I fell asleep during Dark Phoenix, and when I woke up, I didn't even care to rewind it to see what I missed, I'm going to go Dark Phoenix.
Maya?
I'm going with Dark Phoenix because I actually like Venom, and I feel like the end of Dark Phoenix was like like that Xenon alien scene. I don't know if anyone movies. I'm like, this is so bad. Like Xenon did it better. But I like to go with Dark Phoenix.
That song slaps.
Wasn't The Last Stand the same thing as Dark Phoenix? Kind of. Kind of.
Yeah.
That train, when she's making the trains like come off the tracks and everything, the CGI, some of the CGI in that scene is just so suspect.
And there's a scene where Storm is fighting a nobody, and
Oh,
Storm
yeah,
is one of
the
like
guy
the
with the
most,
box.
yeah, is one of the most like powerful X-Men, and she's just getting her ass handed to her, and it's like, Storm, what are you doing?
She was fighting Lock Medusa. He had locks
Yeah.
and dreadlocks.
Yeah, she was
Might have
fighting
been
Baby Predator.
Baby predator.
I was like, you don't just strike him with a thing of lightning, girl.
Yeah.
Dark Phoenix moves on. Speaking of so bad, we're going to start with Alex on this one because we have Jennifer Garner's Elektra versus, as much as I love David Harbour as Detective Hopper and as Alexei Shostakov, who asked for a Hellboy remake, especially starring David Harbour, sorry. But Elektra's awful. Elektra versus the 2019 version of Hellboy. Alex, I want to start with your love for Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, Jennifer Garner, she's one of a kind, and I was really looking forward to this movie when it came out. I think I explained this to you. Saved up some of my allowance money and bought the DVD at the store when we went. I remember these moments because when I was a kid, I lived an hour away from stores, so anytime we could go and I got something, I'll remember it. It wasn't that good of a movie, but it was good enough for me at the time. It was cool that they kind of carried a few little things over from Daredevil. Like you said, no one asked for Hellboy, and I kind of wanted Elektra, so my vote is for Hellboy.
I would assume most everybody in this group at least enjoys the original Hellboy from 2007.
Yeah, those were good.
Yeah, that's the one I thought we were voting on, Brian.
Oh, Hellboy. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That I wasn't clear about that. I'm not going to say I like Ron Perlman's Hellboy, but I can at least see the reasoning for it. This 2019 one made no sense. Sarah.
Elektra is one of my favorite Marvel heroines. God, Hellboy was just so bad. I got to do Hellboy too.
Anthony.
I cannot tell you one thing that happened in Elektra. Not a single scene.
The guy who had the tattoos that moved around that were animals?
Was that in that?
Yeah. It's literally the only thing I remember from that film. So Alex is on my team there.
Okay. I mean, I'll take your word for it. But what I'm getting at is I turned Hellboy off 25 minutes in because I did not care at all what was going on in that movie. And I was just like, why is this happening? And I turned it off.
So which one is your vote?
Hellboy.
Yeah.
Isn't Mila Jovovich in it?
Yes.
In Hellboy?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
She's the bad guy, right?
She's terrible in like everything. I cannot stand her in Resident Evil. I know. I'm so sorry.
Fifth Element?
Maya.
I'm voting for Hellboy because I was 10 when Elektra came out, and I remember liking it when I was a kid, but I haven't revisited, so don't have too many data points there. But I remember not even getting through all of Hellboy. I think it was on like a date or something.
I think the weirdest time about Elektra is like this was like prime Jennifer Garner. Like this was Alias was over.
Oh yeah.
And like Alias might have still been on, and like 13 going on 30 was coming out. Like it was just such an odd departure for her. It was tough. It was tough.
Yeah.
The number 6 seed of Constantine, Keanu Reeves, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Constantine exactly once. Versus Ryan Reynolds in Green Lantern. Ryan Reynolds not proud of this film. I like the extended cut. Sarah, Constantine, Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
Alex.
Green Lantern.
Anthony.
Constantine.
Thank you. Maya.
Green Lantern. I'm not the biggest Ryan Reynolds fan, though.
The extended version of Green Lantern is not that bad.
See, Maya, like she likes Venom. She likes some of these other things, and then she doesn't like Ryan Reynolds.
I just don't think he's that funny.
I'm kind of on your side with that.
Have you watched The Atom Project?
I did. Awesome movie. There were some scenes there too where I was like, come on, man. Trying a little too hard to make us laugh.
Brian, have you seen his new commercial
action
for the football club?
No.
No.
I'll have to send you the link. It's pretty funny.
All right. The number 2 seed, again, we didn't include both films. We probably could have, but we went with Ghost Rider 2, Spirit of Vengeance, versus the number 14 seed of Ben Affleck as Daredevil. Sarah. Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider.
I know. I love Nicolas Cage. No, I hate Ben Affleck more than I love Nicolas Cage. I'm gonna have to. Oh man, this is.
Did you
tough.
see that? Did you see that photo going around the internet of Nicolas Cage dressed up as Dracula? Has anybody seen this?
Yes.
It is
I
amazing.
saw it.
I have to send it to you. It is amazing.
I want to see it.
You just keep going. I'm gonna literally search on the internet right now.
I'm gonna do Ghost Rider because I would just Ghost Rider.
Alex.
I think Nicolas Cage has been suffering under the unbearable weight of massive talent for a really long time. And,
When does that film come out?
a couple months, I think.
Yeah.
It's
It was good.
It is
Yeah.
a film. If for those of you that don't know, it is a film about Nicolas Cage, starring Nicolas Cage, who is dressed as Dracula in this photo on my screen.
Dracula Joker. Jokula.
Okay, so Alex, which one are you voting for?
So yeah, I actually like the Daredevil movie, especially that R-rated cut, obviously for reasons listed in the prior grouping. So I picked Ghost Rider.
Sarah, what was your vote for? I'm sorry, I was too busy
Ghost
looking
Rider.
for Dracula. Okay, Anthony,
Ghost Rider.
Maya,
I'm doing Ghost Rider because I actually enjoyed the Daredevil movie.
bring Nicolas Cage into the MCU as Ghost Rider. Please do it. Greg is still here. I hope Greg's still here waiting for. He says Nicolas Cage is the worst actor ever. Agree to disagree. The number 7 seed of Howard the Duck versus the number 10 seed of the Green Hornet, the Seth Rogen one. My dad had a Suburban growing up because my dad's name is Bruce Lee. So the driver of the Green Hornet is Bruce Lee.
Wow.
So anyway, I have a soft spot in my heart for the Green Hornet. I hate that movie. Sarah,
Green Hornet.
Alex.
Okay, I have not seen either of those movies, and so I will wait on my vote until everyone else is, because hopefully you all pick the one and then it doesn't matter.
Howard the Duck is. It's.
Okay, for the record, I picked Howard the Duck of the two because I probably would like Green Hornet more, but again, sorry.
Howard is awesome. Leah Thompson, come on. Leah Thompson did some weird roles in the 80s, man. Anthony.
I have not seen Howard the Duck, but I would assume it would be worse than the Green Hornet.
Jared's going to get his wish again. I think we're going to have to eliminate Howard the Duck just because people haven't seen it. Maya.
I was about to say the same thing. I have not seen either of these films, but I just assumed that Howard the Duck would be bad.
I'm going to do what I did with Superman 4. Congratulations to Jared. Congratulations to Greg. Howard the Duck is off the board. It cannot win worst comic book movie of all time. Moving on is going to be The Green Hornet. That movie was not great, so I feel okay about that. The number 2 seed of the 1990 version of Captain America, rubber ears on his helmet and all, against the 15 seed of The Punisher from 2004. Sarah.
Everything about that movie is the absolute worst. So Captain
Punisher?
America 1990. I mean, they're both bad.
Within the first few weeks of college, I got a DVD of The Punisher. Thomas Jane had not seen the movie before. I had it on a very tiny little TV in my dorm room, and I was late at night, and I had it on, and I was like, this movie is insane. Like, this is so badass. He's killing people with this and that and all this stuff. And I've not seen Cap, but I guarantee you I would not like it compared to The Punisher.
Anthony.
Cap.
And Maya.
Captain America. I just watched clips online. I'm like, oh, this is
So
real bad.
It is so bad. Back to the other side of the bracket. The number 1 seed, Wonder Woman 1984 versus the number 18 seed of Catwoman. Which one's worse, Sarah? Wonder Woman 84, Catwoman.
84.
Alex.
Catwoman.
Anthony.
Catwoman.
Maya.
Catwoman.
God,
guys
Alex
gotta remember-
space.
You guys got to remember expectations for Wonder Woman 84 were sky high, and that mall scene in the first and after
The little girl falling back.
into the teddy
it's
bear
so
and the
bad.
bank robbers, it is the worst.
But that scene was also badass when she's swinging
No, it
around
wasn't.
on the ground and whipping. Oh, my
The
goodness.
CGI in that scene was horrible.
You know what? I'm about to change my vote to Wonder Woman.
It's too late. The votes have been counted.
Can
I
we
can
please send this one to the
talk
comments?
about the worst use of a new costume. Like, that was the dopest
Totally agree.
armor,
Oh, I
and we barely got
know.
to see it.
Where was that during Justice League?
Exactly. I'm like, that just made no sense.
I already wrote
I-
it down. Catwoman advances. I'm sorry. I
Uh,
really
No.
want 84 to win. But
I got you, Jana.
God, Alex's face when Sarah just so quickly said Wonder Woman.
I mean, at some
thank you.
point,
I'm
he's
Team Sarah.
Sorry, it's just
I'm Team Sarah.
it's
the number-
terrible.
The number 5 seed of Suicide Squad versus the number 13 seed Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. Sarah
Rise of the Silver Surfer.
is worse than Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alex?
Suicide Squad.
Anthony,
Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Maya.
Suicide Squad.
It is an official tie. We are headed to the comments. Which one is worse, Suicide Squad from 2016 or Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer? Please let us know your vote in the comments. We will find the winner here in just a minute. This next one, it should be Batman versus Superman, but it is not. It is the Justice League theatrical version from Joss Whedon versus Fant Four Stick 2015 Joshua Trank's Fantastic Four. Sarah.
Oh God, Justice League.
Oh,
Alex,
Fan Four Stick.
Anthony,
Fan Four Stick.
and Maya.
Fan Four Stick.
Yeah, I'm surprised Sarah went with that. Fant Four Stick is awful.
I hate
God,
it.
and the fact that Victor
Hated
Von
it.
Doom looked like C-3PO did meth once. I just, how do you excuse that?
We are tied in the comments, so one more vote. The next vote will decide the last one. Which one's worse, Suicide Squad or Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer? Next one to vote will push it through. Fant Four Stick moves on. The 10 seed of is it Ang Lee, right? Ang Lee's Hulk from 2003 versus the number 2 seed
Always winterize your pipes.
Batman and Robin. Sarah,
Always winterize your pants.
pipes.
Pipes.
Oh. Pipes.
Pool party.
Batman and Robin.
Alex,
Batman and Robin.
Anthony,
Hulk.
Maya.
The Hulk.
No.
I recently rewatched that. That movie's so bad.
Oh, all right. We are advancing. Fantastic Four. I'm sorry.
Oh.
We just got the winner. Suicide Squad has advanced.
Wait.
Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Suicide Squad wins or is worse than Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Now we need the comments. Now we need the comments to vote Batman and Robin versus Ang Lee's Hulk from 2003.
Cool party.
While we wait for those to come in, which one is worse, Batman and Robin or Hulk? The number 1 seed of the New Mutants versus the number 8 seed of X-Men Apocalypse. Sarah, you haven't seen New Mutants. You should vote for it. Anyway.
Apocalypse. Right. Oh, I should?
No, I don't. You can do whatever you want.
I mean, Apocalypse was bad. Yeah, I gotta do Apocalypse.
Alex,
New Mutants.
Anthony,
Mutants.
Maya.
Apocalypse.
Ooh. We can't get the comments to keep up. Okay, we're having a hard time.
Sorry.
Okay, comments. We need 2 votes. We need Batman and Robin or Hulk from 2003, and now we need New Mutants versus Apocalypse. Please vote for there. We'll continue to move on. We have run a little bit long tonight. Dark Phoenix, the 5 seed versus the number 13 seed of Hellboy.
Oh, God, they're both so bad.
Sarah, Dark
Hellboy.
Phoenix, Hellboy. Alex,
Hellboy.
Anthony,
Hellboy.
and Maya.
Hellboy.
All right.
Hellboy.
I'm gonna just say Dark.
I am so sad to report
Talk about your cold shoulder.
that Mr. Freeze and Batman and Robin have lost to Ang Lee's Hulk. I'm
What?
very sad about this. Batman and Robin is just awful. And I've got like 6 more Mr. Freeze sounds that I'm still going to use. The number 11 seed Green Lantern versus the number 3 seed of Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. Sarah, New Mutants wins against X-Men Apocalypse in the comments. Sarah, Green Lantern, Ghost Rider 2.
Green Lantern.
Alex.
This is a hard one. I think I'll go Ghost Rider just to keep it exciting.
Anthony.
Ghost Rider.
And Maya.
I was going to say Green Lantern.
All right. We are back in the comments. We are caught up. Let us know Green Lantern or Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. Which one is worse? Green Lantern, Ghost Rider 2. The number 10 seed, the Green Hornet versus the number 2 seed of the 1990 Captain America. Sarah.
Captain America.
Alex.
Cap.
Anthony. Cap. And Maya.
Captain America.
All right. So let us know in the comments, is it going to be Green Lantern or Ghost Rider 2? Which one is worse? We will move on to the other side of the bracket. The number 8 seed of Catwoman versus the number 5 seed of Suicide Squad. Sarah.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide
Squad's bad, man. I'm sorry. Alex.
Movie's really bad, but I feel like Catwoman's worse. I haven't seen it in a while. I'm picking Catwoman.
Anthony.
Catwoman.
Maya.
Catwoman.
Catwoman moves on.
Yes.
She's making a run. And the winner is Green Lantern on the other side of the bracket. When it comes to low seeds making a run, we've got a number 8 seed in the Final Four already, and we have a 13, an 11, and a 10 in the Elite 8. The number 3 seed of Fant Four-Stick versus the number 10 seed Ang Lee's Hulk from 2003. Sarah. Wait. I should be getting my chance to play this right now, so I'm going to.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
We got one vote for Hulk over Fant Four-Stick, really.
Fan Four-Stick.
It's so bad. Alex.
Yeah, Fan Four-Stick.
Anthony.
Fan Four-Stick.
And Maya.
Same, Fan Four-Stick.
Number 1 seed of the New Mutants versus the 13 seed of Hellboy. Sarah.
Hellboy.
Man, what a Cinderella run. Alex.
Yeah, Hellboy for sure.
Anthony.
I've got to go New Mutants.
Nice.
Thank you so much. Maya.
I'm going to go with Hellboy.
I think Maya had to because she hasn't seen the New Mutants, I don't think, right?
If I had to pick which one of those to watch.
I got like
tonight,
3/4 the way I lost interest.
Yeah. What was that, Anthony?
If I had to pick which one to watch tonight between Hellboy and New Mutants, it'd be Hellboy.
But you turned off Hellboy in 20 minutes.
But New Mutants, I would never spend a second watching that garbage.
I guess you would watch Hellboy so you can finish it. Huh?
You would just start you would just start Hellboy at the 22-minute mark.
Yeah. I feel like I didn't need to see anything before this.
The number 11 seed of Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. Taika Waititi's in Green Lantern. Do I need to remind you all of that? Versus the number 2 seed of the 1990 Captain America. Sarah.
Captain America.
And Alex.
Yeah, it's got to be Cap.
Anthony.
Cap.
And Maya.
Captain America.
The number 8 seed of Catwoman versus the number 3 seed of Joshua Trank's Fant Four-Stick. Sarah.
Oh no! Wow. Fan Four-Stick.
Yes. Alex.
Yeah, and you mentioned it just now. I just forgot too. Do you not remember opening night, or it was the night before, that Josh Trank tweeted out how much he hated the movie? And he was like, "This movie sucks. I can't believe that we made this. All of this. It's got to be Fan Four-Stick. That's my bet to win."
That dude was in a low.
Trouble.
Yeah, that dude was in a low spot in life. He had just lost Solo, like from Lucasfilm. He was supposed to do the Han Solo movie, and then that didn't happen. Yeah, but I remember that, Alex. You're right. He hated the movie too. Anthony, Fan Four-Stick, Catwoman.
Fan Four-Stick.
And Maya.
I'm gonna go with Fan Four-Stick. Gosh, I didn't know that was.
I am so excited. This is in the finals. The number 13 seed of Hellboy from 2019 versus the number 2 seed of the 1990 version of Captain America. Sarah, which one is worse?
This is getting really difficult. Captain America.
Alex.
See, and I haven't seen that Captain America, but I know that it's gonna be bad. So I feel like I have to just vote for it.
Alec or Anthony.
Captain America.
And Maya.
Same.
Oh my gosh. All right.
So what is Sarah saying? This show look like a trash can lid?
It
That Harbor
straight up
Freight
looks like a
shield.
trash can lid.
The shield looks exactly like that kid carrying the trash can lid through the street at the end of Captain America: The First Avenger. Like that's exactly
Yes.
what it looks like.
Yes.
We are in the championship. 2 Marvel properties. We are here on Earth's Mightiest Weirdos after all. It should be 2 Marvel properties in the championship of the worst comic book movie of all time. We have the 1990 Captain America going up against Josh Trank's Fantastic Four, starring Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, and 2 other people that I can't remember at the moment. Sarah, which movie is worse?
Rooney Mara.
Yeah, Rooney Mara, Toby Kebbell.
Oh yeah, Rooney Mara was in it.
I don't know those
Man, just because. God, this is really. The Captain America is just so bad.
He has
It's
rubber
so
ears.
bad. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, the
But
ear.
was it supposed to be good? Is the question.
I know it's looked like a parody.
Look, here's a good question that I'm tossing around in my head right now because I haven't seen Cap. My question is, which of these movies would I watch? Right, if I had to right now, which one would I watch? And honestly, I'd like to check out and see how bad Captain America is. It could be so bad it's good. I know Fantastic Four sucks, so I feel like that's an easy pick for me. Oh my god,
Oh, it was Kate Mara. Stephanie's right. It was Kate Mara.
I mean,
There
that
is
kinda
the
looks
helmet
decent.
with rubber ears and wings.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's
But
tough.
that still looks better than Von Doom.
I believe it is streaming on Amazon Prime if you want to
Pull,
watch.
pull up Von Doom. Can you pull up Von Doom?
Yeah, give me a minute.
You know what else is
Okay,
streaming
so
on Amazon Prime?
Sarah's vote
Velocipastor.
was for 1990 Captain America. Alex's
Yeah.
vote was for the
Van
Fan Force.
Forsten.
All right, Von Doom. Hang on, we are live. All right, Anthony. Oh man, yeah, this is bad.
Pull it up, Brian.
I'm working on it. I need your vote.
Fan Four Stick.
All right. And Maya, do you need to see Victor Von Doom before you cast your vote?
Oh yeah.
Because I recently rewatched it, I feel like I'm gonna go with Captain America because after watching Velocipaster, I'm just like, I'm like that was the very bottom, and it was giving Velocipaster vibes. Captain
You're
America.
welcome for that, by the way.
Jalen is on my side. If those of you unaware, there is a movie called Velocipaster, and it is streaming on Amazon Prime. And in the first 5 minutes, he comes out of the church, and there is a spot where the car explodes, except there is no car on fire. It simply says VFX car fire in the spot of where the car is supposed to be. Jalen says, ugh, Miles Teller. I'm going to count that as a vote for Fant Forstick. We are officially in the comments. Which is the worst comic book movie of all time? Fant Forstick from 2015 or the 1990 Captain America film? While we wait for the comments to come in and decide our rightful champion. Sarah, what is going on in your world? You have the Nerd Life Network starting with the Nerd Emporium. People can follow you on Instagram. What can they see there?
At the Nerd Emporium on Instagram, comic books, cinema memorabilia, just a lot of fun stuff. And whatever your fandom, there's bound to be something there for you guys. And then Nerdy Girls After Dark with Maya and Kara and Jaylyn is happening. Is it next Thursday? I guess. Oh my gosh.
April 7th. Next Thursday.
Yes. So that goes live next week. Follow Nerd Life Network. Justin, thank you for putting the link in there. Yeah, and we're on Instagram, so give us a follow. Smash that subscribe button.
You're also doing a couple of giveaways for your first episode, correct?
I am. Yes, we're doing some comic book giveaways. I'm trying to decide if I should do another one. If you want me to do another one, let me know. But we're doing She-Hulk #2, the David Nakayama Virgin variant. That I think it was a 616 exclusive, but you can't find it anywhere. It's sold out. We're giving away a copy of that. And then Ghost Rider number 1, the book that just came out last month, I think.
Does he look like?
And that's what's that? He's got the Infinity Gauntlet. And that's
Nicolas Cage holding the Infinity Gauntlet.
Nicolas Cage with his head on fire. Yes.
Cool.
Dope.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But that's the trade dress variant, and that's
Does he have a little baby Thanos on him?
yeah, little baby Thanos.
My fashion, nerdy girls after dark. What aren't you doing?
That's a good question. But yeah, I think Sarah really plugged it. There might be a little live discount code for Nerdy Girls After Dark, so you're just gonna have to watch to see what greatness is gonna be in that first episode.
Hey, Alex, comics and cinema. What's next?
So next up is just posted our Oscars episode. So next up will be our first live stream, which I think is going to be not tomorrow, but a Tuesday from now. So I'll give an intro as to what comics and cinema is all about and talk about some stuff that I've watched and read during the last week. And may have a cool, maybe I'm working on some formats. So we'll see. I may share some comics, some stories. It's going to be fun.
And Anthony, Agents of Field, recording on Thursday. Anything else that you've got going on?
Nope, just that recording on Thursday. Cardinals just signed Albert Pujols to a 1-year, $2.5 million deal, which I'm very excited about. Sorry, Jared. So yeah, I don't know what else we're going to be talking about. Probably just spring training baseball, some other news. Results of the hockey trades that have happened, and yeah, gonna hopefully test some segments and see where we go from there. I've heard there's a good new sponsor this week, so be sure to check it out.
And by Thursday, we will know. I know Anthony doesn't care one bit, but we will know officially that the United States men's national team is World Cup bound. I was in the building last night when they played Panama. That place was absolutely rocking with a Christian Pulisic hat trick. I am very happy to announce the winner of the worst comic book movie of all time, 2015's Joshua Trank, Fantastic Four. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much to This Diz Life Network for being the home and the start of Earth's Mightiest Weirdos. We cannot wait to move to a new network simply to find more nerds that don't want to be around the Disney park stuff for whatever reason. We love This Diz Life Network. We love Mark Valentine and everything that his network means to us. Dwayne, everybody at This Diz Life, thank you so much for letting us be a part of it. That relationship will continue. But in the future, you know where to find Earth's Mightiest Weirdos every Monday night, 8:30 on the Nerd Life Network. Go subscribe now.
Whether you're coming to Florida to visit Disney or the beach, Hinson Photography specializes in vacation portraits for families and couples. A souvenir that you'll never forget. Visit www.hinsonphotography.com or call 386-478-8099 to learn more about booking vacation portraits with Hinson Photography. That's www.hinsonphotography.com.
Allow me to break the ice. Let's kick some ice. Always winterize your pipes. Cool party.
Talk about your cold shoulder.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! The Iceman cometh. All right, everyone, chill.